Hey crafters, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you a project share. Sorry, I'm just zooming out. I created a mini flip album using Mintay papers in my craft room. I really love this collection. I've been sitting on it for a while and I thought, well, it was time to use it. Alright. I did use the ephemera pieces out of it. I did use my green Tara ribbon here, which I absolutely love, and I'm getting to the end of it, so I'm a bit sad about that. I did use some twine as well. Okay, let's get on to it. So this is the front cover. All I've done was layered it. This is the back, pretty plain. I didn't want to do too much to it. So this is the inside. I've created a corner pocket and then layered a tag on top and created another pocket as well. And these are just some of the tags from the actual collection. All right. And then we have got a photo mat here. These frames here are from 49 and Market. I had a whole stack of them, so I thought of, you know, better use them in a collection. So I really love this. This is so cute. There will be a tutorial with this one. It'll just be done in plain cardstock. So then that way you guys have got your base pages there and you can build on it with your designer paper, or you've actually got the measurements there to do it with your designer paper. Now, with my measurements, I am human. So I would wait until the end of the video to make sure, if you're cutting along with me, just to make sure I didn't cut anything too short or too long, and then I have to amend it. I am human after all. Okay, and that's a photo mat here, and I did punch out with my corner notch here, and that's the Bassin Creative from Amazon. It's a bit hard to pick up, sorry, it's probably a bit blurry. All right. And then once again, and I used my Tim Holtz tiny attacher on top of it as well. And then we open this up, another pocket flip, more tags here as well. I didn't punch the holes in this and put more ribbon in it. I just basically shoved them in there. And you can put a photo mat in there as well, and this would be great for 3x4 photos or 2 4x4s, so that would be really cute. Along here you've got more room for photos, a journaling spot here, and then on this side there is room for a photo mat, and you have 3 of these cutouts, 3x4s, and they were from the 12x12 paper sheet, which you can just cut apart. This is my favorite one. 4 little pockets here. Absolutely love this. I use the stickers from the collection as well, and these are just like little tags you can pull out. You can have little mini photos in there, 2x2s. I want to say maybe just a little bit smaller. You can cut them down or use them for journaling, which I think would be better. Yeah, so that's really cute. So I done 4 of them here and used my green Tara ribbon on here again. Then we flip it over to the next page and we've got another place here for a pocket, or we've got a pocket here, and a photo mat, and another place here for a photo mat as well. It's a big thing, even though these are smaller projects, it's a big thing to be able to have photo mats inside of it so that you can get use out of these little albums as you're gifting them as well. And there's something simple to make as well. They're not that time consuming. All right, so that's that, and let's get started on the tutorial. So just bear with me because I've been out of sync with all of this. I'm going to pop this to one side. All right, so your base page, you are going to create it at 8 1/4 by 11, and then score it 5 1/4 and 5 3/4, and that will create your spine here. All right, I'm just gonna try and zoom out. There we go. Then on the inside, as you can see, I did put extra lines here. I didn't want to waste paper, so I just left it. I have created a pocket for the inside, 5 1/4 by 4, and score 1/2 inch on the bottom side and 1/2 inch on the side that you're going to stick it down to, like closer to the spine. And then all I done was got the paper trimmer and cut it on an angle, and that's it. So that can be glued down into here, which I'm just going to use wet glue for this video rather than doing tape. All right, but I'll use some strong adhesive for this. Like I said, I've got my wet glue here, so I'm quite happy with that. And I get it as close as I can to that side. You don't have to. I believe in here I did do, I'm just going to move that across. You can see here too, I left a bit of a gap here and a bit of a gap underneath, just so that you can see the designer paper underneath that. Okay. Now these photo mats, you can fit in whatever you like. I'm just giving you the base construction of this album. All right. So we have got our pocket. The next part of it is, see if I can get it together here. Alrighty. So we are wanting, what are we wanting? We want this part here. So we're going to create this part here. Okay. So you are going to need, all right, so that's the inside page, 7 3/4 by 8. On the 7 3/4 side, score 1/4 inch and 5 1/4. Now, 1/4 inch I kept it at rather than 1/2 inch because it gives me a little bit more room in the spine, because we're going to be layering on top of it or next to it. Okay. Now, the 5 1/4 inch is this part here. All right. And you can notch that out. You could do half a circle, or if you choose not to do that, that is totally fine. And then you want to create a pocket which is 1 1/2 by 9 and score 1/2 inch on both ends. All right. And that's to layer on top of here. So I'm going to do that now. Like I said, I'm doing that really quickly. All right. Okay. Then what we're going to do is you want to tape it or glue it, and we're going to glue it into the spine. Now I get it as close as I can to the edge without going on that score line, because we still need to be able to close it regardless of whether you're using designer paper or cardstock. Okay. Oh, of course that was going to happen, because when you try and do it on camera, it's never going to work out. All right. Okay, so I can kind of somewhat remove these as well. Won't need these anymore. So that you can see the plain side of the album. All right, so we've got this situated now, where you can see that this matches with this one. As we open it up, we can open that up too. All right, then we're going to do the back of this pocket, and this one here, is going to be, what did I create these hinges for? Must be for the papers. All right, I'm going to put these aside. All right, so the pocket layer is 1.5 by 8, and if you like, you can round the corners. If not, you can just leave it plain. And the page itself is 6 by 8 and score it at 2 inches. So I'm going to do that. Okay, now this is going to become a pocket. The 2-inch mark will be a pocket. All right, now at this point you can put hinges on there. All I done was made 2 hinges and at 1 inch, and then I scored it in half. All right, so I'm going to quickly put those on there. Now make sure the opening side, that side there, is facing inwards. I should have really cut these down, but I didn't. You might need to cut these down. I think I made them a little bit too big. Yeah, I done it 1 inch score by, yeah, so I cut it down to 2 inches, because that pocket there is actually 2 inches. All right, so I'm just gonna, now you could stick it directly down without doing the hinges. It is a pocket, so it's totally up to you if you don't want that extra bulk. So I'm just gonna, okay, took off a little bit more than what I needed to. All right, I want to turn that over. Oop. Okay. And then I've got the hinges looking like this. Then you want to put glue on it or tape, whatever you want. Oop. And then you want to have a line as close as you can to that score line. Okay, it's a bit hard to see there. I'm just going to flip it around and I'm going to tape it down so that this flap is facing forward and my pocket is down on the page. Now I'm just going to turn it around here, guys, just so that I can see. I'm happy with that. Once again, you can round those corners if you choose to. And this pocket here was the 1.5 by 8, and I rounded the corners, and you can just layer that on top there. Okay, so on that flat edge there, you're gonna want to add glue, and then on either side here, and then that bit won't have glue on it because we need to have that as the pocket. Okay, now this was, I created this using scraps. What you can actually do is use a longer piece and then have the flap where it flips over, and that's what I done with this one here. I didn't actually add the pocket. I created it because my paper was long enough, so then I can do another score line and be able to fold it over. But because I'd use scraps for this, that's why I gave you the pocket measurement there as well. Like I said, this is just a base idea for you guys, and let your imagination run wild with that. So we have now created our little pocket here, so that will go in there, and then you open it up and we've got our pocket along here like so. Once again, you can make this pocket deeper and or make that wider, totally up to you. All right, so next we're going to move on in is this page here. All right, so I'm just going to pop this to one side, and we are going to be using our base page here. And this is 5 by 8 and scored it at 1/4 inch on the side. And then rounding your corners once again is optional. What you're going to need is you're going to need 4 pockets, 2.5 by 2.5, and score 1/4 inch on either side, here and here. All right. Now at this point, what I would do is I would use a circle punch or a notch punch if you choose to. All right. And I hope this works out on camera. I hope they line up because, you know, we're filming, and does anything ever work when you're filming? All right. So I'm just going to, on the 1/4 inch sides, add some glue there. And I'm going to start constructing my page. Now I'm going to use this as a guide here as well to be able to get that level. All right, and I want to put some glue on the inside of it. I'm going to fold over that score line because I don't want to have it to be sticking out. And make sure you get it as close as you can to that top edge without going over it. Okay. Do the next one. And then what you're going to do is butt it against the next one and make sure everything is lined up. Now I think what I've done here is I made it a little bit bigger, just by a fraction, so you'll have a little bit of gap, but even when you butt it you still have a bit of a gap there anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. Really cute. Oh, I love these pockets. Alright, I'm just gonna, I think the main key is making sure that they're somewhat straight. It kind of looks alright to me. I'm kind of guessing, but yeah. Alright. And there's that one. Alright. So we've got our 4 little pockets there as well. And then what you're going to do is we are going to glue the 1/4 inch down. Once again, use tape or use wet glue, totally up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. And that 1/4 inch that we just laid down on the first page, I'm just going to butt it up next to it. Okay. Perfect. Oh, well, that didn't go down too well. Okay. Let's see if we can glue it back down, if it's going to stay down. Oh, and once again, make sure it is level. I'm going to open it up and secure that down. I haven't got my bone folder, so use your bone folder to burnish it, just to put it down more securely. Okay, so we have now created this little pocket here, and then we flip it over and we'll create another little pocket here. Up to you. Once again, you can go wider on this side. It's kind of the length that matters. The width, you can have it wider, so you can do 2.5 by 9 and score 1/2 inch both ends. If you're going to do the pocket wider, when you flip it over, which side have I got it on here, you could do it probably by 3 inches. I want to say do it 3 inches, but keep it at 9 inches because you still need that 1/2 inch there for your scores to go along. to be able to fit on the page, sorry, at 8 inches. I'm just going to stick this down here. Now, the last page is totally up to you whether you choose to keep it plain or whether you want to have a pocket. And I seem to have lost the pocket for this side, so I'll give you the measurement that I've got on this one. And let me see. So this is 7 3/4 by 3.5. So 7 3/4 by 3.5. I didn't put any hinges on there. I just glued around the side of it. But if you were to put hinges on the sides, I would do 7 3/4, 8 1/4, and then score 1/4 inch on either side, and then use that as your hinges. But with it being designer paper, it was on a back page. I thought I'd just not even bother doing hinges on that one. All right, so that was that. This is so quick and easy to create. And with this side of it, with the tags, like I said, all I done was use my tag and lined it up and put a strip of glue there, a strip of glue there, and along here, and that created my pocket for my tag here. Okay. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it, ladies, gents, and everybody else. Stay tuned for more videos. I have been working on a few more things as well, so really excited to keep the momentum going. Have a happy scrappy weekend. Take care of one another. Bye.